Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tight Cycling. We are doing the Cycle Nation endurance ride, 100K. Not quite sure where we are right now. I think it's Nyokyo. At least looks like it. So we are just trying to get our kilometers in today and making it a nice little endurance ride. I expect this to take about 2 hours 40, 2 hours 45, depending on how quick we end up being. But as always, this group is really nice and really funny, and so we're just gonna enjoy the camaraderie here. Anyways, I'm gonna go and say hi to everyone, and then we'll try to settle into a nice little rhythm here, and then try to smash those 100K. So I'll be back in a sec. All right, we said our hellos, and now we should be ready to start focusing on the ride. 2.5K in. We are trying to do a couple of sprints today, but I'm not very familiar with this course, so I'll try to gauge where those sprints are. We normally like the ones that are a little bit on the shorter side. So 500 meters, it's a little bit too far for us. So I'm hoping for some that are, 200 to 300 meters range. So hopefully we'll scoop out the best ones and then try to go for some PBs today. So it's a big group again, 172 people. Very nice. Very happy to have so many people here, which should make it quite easy to stick with the group, even though it tends to be a little bit spicier than 2 watts per kilo. But yeah, we should be able to sustain that. At least I hope so. We've been biking quite a bit last couple of weeks for the Tour of Utopia in order to get the double points, double XP. And now we made it to level 37, which means only 13 more levels to level 50, which is of course where we get the fire socks, which is what this is all about. So we are certainly trying to get the fire socks by the end of the year. And yeah, I started kind of like putting a counter on my Strava profile. Each ride will have like a mention of how many points we have of the, I think it's 240,000 XP that is required to go from level 37 to level 50, which is roughly half. So for the last 13 levels, you need about half the points that you need overall. So level 50 is at 500,000 XP. And to get to level 37, you need 260,000. So yeah, that's the progression that it has. The higher you go, the tougher it gets. I think we have 2 more levels where it's only 10,000 XP. That is essentially 500 kilometers. But all the other levels are 20,000 XP, meaning 1,000 kilometers. We still do have a couple of route badges that we could collect. So that should help a little bit. But it's essentially for those rides we get double XP, because it tends to be that the number of XP points you get for a route equals like kind of what you get in XP when riding the distance of that route. So, but we have a couple of long ones still. Yeah, the PRL, half PRL, and that is London, and then all the long ones on the in Watopia we still have, but they also do come with quite a lot of vertical meters. And so if it's really only XP points that one is interested in, to get that in the shortest amount of time, you're probably best off now riding pace partners. Okay, so this is actually one that I would want to do next loop. One of those sprints. I think this is the LA sprint, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that one, as well as the sprint in the park, is those are the ones that I'm interested in. But yeah, we are still trying to settle into a nice rhythm here. 6 kilometers in already. All right. Anyways, I'll put some more messages out and enjoy a little bit of the scenery here going through the castle park, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, I think we'll try to sprint at this one here. So we try to give them a little bit of a head start so that we can accelerate and use the draft that we get from the group. All right. Okay. Ooh. Not quite sure how we did. It doesn't show the results. Okay, it seems like we get the green jersey. So must mean that we had the best sprinting time. But it does seem as if we might be shadow banned because nobody is responding to messages. So I might just write some people on WhatsApp just to ask if they can see my messages. Because, yeah, usually there's quite a little bit of banter going on. Anyhow, yeah, we shared a couple of jokes, as we always do on those rides. And some of those were deemed inappropriate by Zwift. Well, obviously, I don't think so, but anyhow, their website, they make the rules. And I might actually put a joke up here just for you to see what you think about it. Actually, quite a good joke, I thought. Anyway, so now I'm just hyping it too much. So it's not the best joke you probably ever heard. So, you know, it's one of those dad jokes. Short. Anyhow, I might put it in here. We'll see how I feel. Anyways, back to the right. I'll reach out real quick to the other people and see if my messages are actually getting through here. So now we have done 20%. Is that right? There's another sprint coming up, which we will not contest. Would love to know how long or short this sprint is. This is the alley sprint. Yeah, need to try to see maybe next loop, but I think we'll try again to go for the park castle sprint. Or maybe not, because we get a feather. It's not ideal. Probably want to have an arrow, or at least a draft, to actually have a chance at having a PB. But there are plenty more opportunities here. I don't know how long this route is, so it must be less than 20 because we came through here before. So I don't know, 15, 16, which means we should do this loop 6 times, at least 5 full times, maybe 6 times. And so if we wanted to, we could contest every sprint at least, 6 times. Anyhow, we'll just mop around here and take it slow. And maybe next loop, or when we go through this sprint again in the park, I think we do a quick loop and then come back in here. Maybe the second time around. Let's see what kind of power up we are getting. Yeah, I was writing in a WhatsApp group if people are actually seeing my messages, and it seems as if they only saw the first one, me saying hi, but nothing thereafter, which is probably means that I've been shadow banned for those jokes. Anyhow, there's usually like a limit on it, like for how long, like a week or 2 weeks, something like this, which, yeah, it's fine. I'm going to be traveling next week anyways, actually traveling from Thursday, and then won't be biking, or at least not on Zwift, for about 2 weeks. Yeah, really looking forward to taking some time off, traveling in Southeast Asia, and actually hope that next weekend I will see some of those guys that I'm riding here with, because I'm actually heading to Singapore for a couple of days, and it's one of those strongholds. Lots of people from Singapore are part of the Cycle Nation team, so fingers crossed it'll work out. It would be so cool, such a cool story to tell, that we started, biking together online in the virtual world that is Zwift, and then meet each other in real life. I don't know, would be kind of a cool story to tell. Anyways, So let's see if we can, if we circle back to the castle sprint. I'm still not very familiar with this loop here, but yeah, let's see what we can do, if we can get an even better time. So if we are turning left here into the castle part again, then I will try to get ready for some sprint. We've done 11:8. So, and it seems like we were the only ones below 12 seconds. So let's try to see if we can beat that. Still not quite sure where the best spot is. So a couple more turns. Okay. Let's try to pick up some steam. Okay. Better. Okay. So we improved upon our previous best. I think we have now 11:6.3 maybe. It just shows very briefly, and then the results are gone. So no idea why, but yeah. So we'll probably rest now for at least one lap, maybe two, and then either try again this sprint or another one. I should pay a little more attention to where those sprints are and where they start in relations to, you know, some landmarks, like here the arcade. So maybe try to pay some attention. when the next sprint is, how many K after the arcade. So exiting at 29.2, 29.3. Let's see where the alley sprint is. Okay, I think this is where one of the sprint comes up. Sprints. Okay. Oh, there. Okay, so we are 2.5K. 2.5K past the exit of the arcade. Okay, so next lap maybe. Oh, but this seems like a long sprint. Ugh. Not sure if I want to do that. Okay, so if we turn left at the next intersection, then I think this is where the next sprint is coming up. The alley sprint. So we have a third done at 55 minutes, meaning holding the same pace, we should come in at 2:45. Yeah, it's good to have one of those longer rides because we've been doing a lot of like 50K-ish rides at a slightly lower pace. So this one is good to get some base endurance. And sorry, I'm just a little distracted here trying to figure out when the next sprint is, so I could time it for next time. Okay, so the sprint just started. Okay, 6K after the arcade. Also quite a long one. Not sure if I like this. Okay, it seems like we are still in green. That would be nice. I do think if everything is lining up perfectly, we might be able to go sub 11.5. Just have to ensure that for the whole time, for the whole sprint, that we have people in front of us to draft off. Not a native speaker here, so my apologies for making mistakes probably quite often. But yeah, have done almost a marathon, which is 42.195K. How do I know that? Well, because I used to do speed skating, and yeah, marathon was kind of like the distance that you would race most times. And yeah, that was a really good time. And back then I was actually fit. So I'm getting better and better, but I still have probably like 7 more kilos now than I had back then. So yeah, quite a difference. But we are working on it. Yeah. So this is usually the time from here until like maybe 70K. That feels like a drag. So once we get to 70 or 80K, then it's like, okay, the last 25, 20K, no problem. But now we're not even halfway there. And all the sprinting put us in heart rate zone 3 already. And it doesn't seem to be coming down. Doing 2 watts per kilo on average. Pretty much on the dot. Anyways, just try to stick with the pace, hang out on the back of the group, trying not to lose the group, and recover a little, and then maybe go for 1 or 2 more sprints towards the end. So I hope you're enjoying this crit style 100-kilometer ride. Crit just because it goes through the city, which is quite nice. Anyways, I'll be quiet for some time and speed up the video, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. All right, half is done. You do feel it though. I felt very strong this morning, but not so strong anymore. So we'll definitely set out a couple of sprints, probably for 3 laps. Okay, we seem to be holding on to top spot in the sprint, which is nice. Okay, I have a feeling that at some point somebody's going to beat our time. Let's see if it happens this time around. Very happy that Henry is not here, because he would have probably put in a time of, you know, sub 10. Seems like we're still having the green jersey. Good stuff. But it does seem as if we are shadow banned. Yeah. But hopefully this will be over when we come back from vacation. We shall see. So 60 kilometers are done, 40 to go. Yeah, there was just a warning by one of the guys saying that between 60 and 70 kilometers is the danger zone where you just want to give up. Yeah, I think we will be fine. At least I hope so. For me, it was around 40. I didn't feel good. Might have had to do with the fact that I was sprinting like a maniac, which I usually don't. And then still not being halfway puts a little dent on the mind, on the, yeah, and feeling like thinking that you can get it done. I'm sorry, again, not a native speaker here. But yeah, the will to continue is back. And I think once we hit 66 is usually a landmark, having 2/3 done. And then 80 is usually a big one. So at 80, you usually know that you can finish the ride. Because 20K is a little over half an hour, and that should always be possible. But yeah, let's try to get there. So I guess we'll see how it goes in the next 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. But I'm now quite hopeful that we'll finish this ride, which means that all the sprinting that we have already done should count towards our Zwift power results. I'm not sure if it was good enough to replace any of the other top 6, I think is what counts. Top 6 efforts we did. But yeah, at least would be good to see that at least for the sprint we have a new personal best. Anyways, back to the right, and yeah, I'll get back to you once we have done 2/3. Okay, we made it past the 2/3 milestone, and yeah, I just realized that first of all the green jersey was taken away from me, but from what I've seen, my time of 11:63 still stands in the Castle Park sprint. So I'm not sure why that is, but we're not going to figure this out now. We'll just continue riding, and in about 20-ish minutes we should be closing in on 80k, and at this point we know, at least we are like 95% sure that we'll finish this right. Yeah, this is always the time when it goes a little bit up and down. Your energy level, your mood, your feelings, and your idea of whether or not to finish this right. But so far so good. Let's just hope we survive the next couple of Ks and then make a good effort towards finishing the ride. Also, I prepared 5 bottles of my Gatorade mix, which is a mix of orange flavor, lemon lime, and 1/3 of water to make it less sweet. And I had 5 bottles, which means 3 liters. And yeah, I started realizing that I should have probably had 7 bottles, or at least 6, because yeah, 2/3 done, meaning at 60k we should have one bottle every 20k, and I started rationing my drinks a little bit, because going for some more sprints later will definitely increase the thirst. So I have now 2 bottles left, and yeah, should have definitely been more. Not quite as prepared as I should have been. Anyhow, oh, now we are getting back in the park. Again, we are not gonna contest the sprint either, and we will wait until like the last lap to go all out for another sprint and hopefully beat 11.5 seconds. But yeah, for now, just enjoy the graphics, and I will check in with you in a bit. All right, boys and girls, 25k left. Quite excited about the real chance of finishing 100k ride. It's been quite some time since we did that last. I think 2 weeks ago I joined the Cycle Nation ride on a Saturday, but I late joined, and so I came in when they already did 17k or so. So only had to do 83k. But today I hope that we'll actually get a check mark for the 100 kilometers. And then I'm already really looking forward to a nice long shower, and then a coffee and some chocolate croissants. That's my guilty pleasure on the weekends. I get bread delivered on Friday, and with that I usually order a couple of chocolate croissants, and then Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon I really look forward to having those with a nice cup of Java. And yeah, but let's push beyond 80K. And then once we're in the mid 80s, then we will prepare for 1 or 2 more Epix sprints, hopefully beating our previous personal best, and then call it a successful day, successful Saturday. Anyways, back to you shortly. Okay, 80 done. Still feeling strong enough to finish. And heading into the park. So we'll be back in the park in 2-3K, and then should be back here before the 100K. So I will leave the next 2 sprints and then hope for the one after that. But I do feel that these Pack Dynamics 4, it feels a little bit harder to stay within the group. Not quite sure if it's just me or it's because the overall speed is a little higher. No idea. Okay, so since we still don't know how long this loop is, we will try the next time around, we'll try to sprint one more time. Seems like a very short sprint. All right, 10K left. Yeah, people are writing in the group, making fun of me that I'm so quiet today, which is not by design. Well, it's not supposed to be like this, but yeah, it seems like that I've been shadow banned. But it's really weird that some people see my messages, some don't. Anyways. Okay, I think this is the one. Try again to sprint. Would be nice if they got sprung out a little bit more. Okay. About a second slower. Should have known. So no more sprinting for me. We have nothing left in the legs, but we had 2 castle park sprint at sub 12 seconds. Quite happy with that. And now we'll just be rolling through and fulfill our duty for 100k. As always, I will put the overall results, our stats, in here. So you can compare with your own. I'll also put in the stats of the sprint that we contested. It's a shame that it didn't show in the whole group, but at least for some time we held the green jersey, which is quite nice. And yeah, and we finished a long endurance ride. So couldn't be happier. Anyways, if you love content like this, then do please oops. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Anyways. Yeah. Let me at least say my my goodbyes to you. So thanks for watching. As always, leave a comment. I promise you I'll get back to you. Maybe leave some comments about what your personal bests are on those sprints. If there was anything you saw that could have been improved upon the sprint, let me know. Maybe subscribe, that would really help. And maybe leave a like. That would also really help. So for now, I'll just say goodbye and leave you with our motto, which is ride hard, have fun, tight. So we rate this 6 out of 10 and have a lovely rest of the day. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Bye bye.